Back to Neo Kobe.
Neo Kobe.
History. Man-made islands near the inland sea begins near the end of the 20th century. Yep. Linking the 5 major blocks into one large metropolis. Neo Kobe, promoted in the early 21st century, plans completed 10 years later in conjunction with Kobe Expo. City launches a major new hub for Asia and experiences heavy immigration. Becomes known as Neo Crowbar due to its infamy as the city with the world's highest crime rate.
Wow.
Oh, Neo Kobe, Neo Crowbar.
Wow.
Brutal. Brutal. The bridge. Quarantine of Neo Kobe is launched on December 2047 to prevent the spread of the Snatcher menace. All land, sea, and air links to the city, except for Kobe Bridge, are cut and patrolled. Passage over the bridge requires government-issued pass and numerous thorough checks. Damn.
Wow.
This situation sucks. Alpha 1. Mother Computer, which unifies and oversees administration of the Neo Kobe. Developed via sophisticated networking of hundreds of separate systems in the city. A high-speed neurocomputer, capable of mimicking human thought and reasoning patterns, maintains extensive files on everything. Also manages day-to-day operations of the city's financial distribution and transport systems. Don't hijack that computer.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if this were any other, like, sci-fi story, it would be evil.
Yeah. Maintenance coordinated by Konami Software's Project Development Division. Subgroup 48, video phone number...
Oh.
Remember that for later.
301234. I mean, that's pretty easy.
I think all video phone numbers start with 30, don't they? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Yeah, you're gonna get a video phone. Alright. Last one. Wait, can you keep scrolling?
Yep.
How far? Oh my god. Snow 9. A crystalline form of pollen created when using genetic manipulation techniques. One of those games, huh? Disrupts nearly all radio transmissions. Poisonous to humans. In large quantities, it can cause systems similar to respiratory arrest, while even small quantities cause allergy-like symptoms like sneezing and runny noses.
Nanomachines.
Yeah, now I was thinking chaff grenade, only it affects humans too.
No, it kind of looks like the chaff grenade, like snow too.
Yeah. The crystals are visible to the naked eye and appear to snow. Similar to snow.
Maybe that is an intentional reference by Kojima. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, really.
Like the chaff grenades release Snow 9.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Environmental problems. Vegetation producing was destroyed in large quantities to avoid them. Brutal. It's re-emerging in tropical regions, as those subtropical regions where water supplies are plentiful, like near rivers. At present, the only known areas affected is by the Ina River, as the pollen appeared only after the first presence of Snatchers. So the relationship under the two is under investigation. Interesting.
Something tells me we won't find anything about that.
Yeah, right? Almost done. A mysterious disease which originated in France around 2035. The first patient was recorded in the summer of 2040. At present, between 50,000 and 100,000 residents are believed to be infected. Fever, joint, muscle pain, diarrhea, lymph node inflammation, tremors, and pneumonia, with over 60% dying. Yep. Transmission is via bodily fluids such as blood, saliva, semen, and spread by sexual contact or hypodermic needles, particularly when unsterilized. Ones are used for the injection of illegal drugs.
Okay, just to put some context here, I have never seen any other 16-bit game with any sort of references to semen
I was thinking that, actually.
An injection of actual illegal drugs. They kind of skirt around the subject.
And this is straight up like medical dialogue, but still.
Yeah, and also kind of, while you're reading some of these, listen to how technical they are.
Yeah, that was very matter-of-fact, too.
Whoever had to translate this had some very obscure kanji and hiragana to sift through.
No kidding. Similarities to AIDS, which emerged some 55 years ago, led researchers to believe that STBO was a mutated form of AIDS, but the two have since been shown to be unrelated. There's still no treatment or cure. Public discomfort about the disease and concerns about whether others close to them are carriers has noticeably increased. The level of suspicion in the general population significantly harmed interpersonal communication. In many ways, this trend has made detection of snatchers more difficult. Yeah, because no one wants to get near anybody else.
And again, I believe this is the only game that I've ever played with a reference to AIDS. So, just, like, this is serious business.
Yeah.
And it's incredibly rare to see something this detailed and realistic.
Oh, yeah. Recently developed a new type of hallucinogen, derived from alkaloids. Usage is via injection, either under the skin or directly into a vein. The drug directly stimulates user's nervous and limbic system, creating a strong sense of excitement as well as hallucinations. Additional effects include lowering the sensitivity to feelings, user sensitivity, of feelings to worry, doubt, or fear. Whoa. The drug became really popular in the 2040s. Regular use caused changes in brain tissue synapses, which can result in impaired nervous function if use is prolonged.
Jeez.
That is medical jargon out the ass.
Yeah. And there are very few visual novels like this that have this detailed jargon in it.
Yep.
The only other ones that I know of are Police Knots, which is a pseudo-sequel, and Steins Gate, which is getting an official US release on PCs pretty soon.
Yep, although the anime is available now, but I hear the visual novel is far more comprehensive.
And Black Market.
The underground market in Nyokobe. Vast numbers of products, legal and illegal, are available at cut-rate prices. Chinese immigrants with excellent business and marketing skills contributed greatly to the market's growth during its early years. Experts believe its size now exceeds that of the regular... Wow! The black market's bigger than the regular market. It's mainly served to meet the needs of immigrants from the mainland and illegal aliens, but the wide variety of merchandise and low prices now attract everybody, severely hurting the business of traditional merchants. The largest organization in Nyokobe in the market is the so-called Plato's Cavern area.
Is that a reference to Plato's Symposium?
That's a fair question. I don't know.
Because the cavern is where the philosophers are.
Actually, wait a minute. Wasn't Plato's Cavern... I don't remember if this was Plato or not, but wasn't he the guy who talked about, like, being in a cavern and seeing fire and the shadows on the wall?
Yes, that's exactly my point.
Yeah.
And the only way that... and all the people that are lost and trapped in the throes of society are in this cave, and the politicians are the ones that are raising the puppets, and we are only seeing the shadows of it.
Yeah, there it is.
And only the philosophers can even try to get out of the cave.
Yeah. Alright, well.
It's pretty interesting. Once we said again, he's a very academic man. He knows so much about...
How many more options are there?
Several.
Alright, 3 more. Transportation.
And these are...
Transportation's brief.
Yeah.
Tube liner. Motor train with magnetic systems for propulsion. Basically a giant tube train. Scrapped down to spread the slums of the south. Introduction of automatic traffic control. The original plan was for trains to travel near vacuum tunnels to reduce air resistance to almost zero, but it was super expensive and the foundations were weak, so nope. The abandoned tunnels still exist. Gee, you think we're gonna have enemies in the subway tunnels?
Well, I'm also going to give you some context to this. This is actually well researched because back then this didn't exist and now it does.
Yeah.
So this isn't horse crap. Like this is a real thing. Like with magnetic driven vacuum tube transportation.
Automatic traffic, like the tube liner talked about.
The wonderful telephone system.
The entire transportation network, including land, air, and water routes, via direct computer control of traffic flow by the Alpha 1 mother computer. There it is. Automatic safe vehicle routines work to prevent traffic accidents and congestion. They have boosted the efficiency of ground transport, particularly at levels not dreamed of in the 20th century. The system... well, whatever. Oh, that was... Okay.
Science.
Oh, no.
Plenty of science. Just warning you.
So develop space resources, but global warming, the catastrophe, and other factors which harm the environment speeded this trend significantly. U.S. Space Station Freedom, as well as the development of successful fusion-based propulsion represented enormous steps forward. At present, a helium-3 mine to provide fuel for fusion rockets is under development on the Moon. The New Promised Land project to create permanent colonies on Mars is in advanced stages.
I should also note that in Blade Runner, the replicants were basically slaves on Mars doing this colonization. So if you kind of take Blade Runner's backstory as this game's backstory, it's very similar, so you can kind of do that.
Yep. 88. Phobos Project. Launched by the Soviet Union to explore Mars and its 2 moons, Phobos and Deimos. And then Doom happened. 89.
One doomed space marine.
Mars Observer launched by the U.S. studies the planet's atmosphere and soil. 97. PESTA project. Unmanned probe retrieves data on Mars. Asteroids and comets. The catastrophe forces transfers of the project to the U.S. 2005. Construction begins on Wells project. An unmanned robot production facility on Mars. 2010. Satellite put into Mars orbit permanently. 15. Construction begins on an experimental man-based Le Guin. Construction begins on Mars spaceport. Moorcock. 25. Completion of manned base Herbert. Like Frank Herbert of Dune.
I wouldn't. Moorcock is probably another sci-fi author.
2030. First full-scale Mars base. Vonnegut. Yeah,
Yeah,
subtle. Yeah, this is just like Silent Hill, only with sci-fi authors
I was just gonna
instead
say
of horror authors.
That's a Konami trope to reference.
Oh yeah, they were
book
both
authors.
Konami, weren't they?
Yep,
Asimov, Mind
Yep.
on Mars. Yep. That's cool.
that's great.
Who was Moorcock? Like Michael Moorcock, I want to say.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know him offhand, and I don't know what book he wrote.
Yeah, I don't either. Mars Greening Project. So terraforming Mars. Heat radiation reduced. Greenhouse gases will be released.
Basically terraforming.
Yeah. Conditions will allow yeast and bacteria to flourish. So that would be great. Keep going. Higher forms of life. Frozen water. Oh, they did confirm water on Mars in this. Okay.
Yep.
So they turn fantasy into reality. Phrases like "turn the red planet green" and "Mars, a new promised land" represent the energy that those involved.
Is that reference to like
the
the Martian
Chronicles?
Chronicles?
I
Yeah.
haven't read that, but I would not be slightly surprised. Phase 1 of the project, reflecting mirrors for the
Jeez.
warmth. Yeah.
Like this doesn't have any bearing in the story, but this just gives you some really nice flavor.
Yeah,
text.
this isn't relevant at all. It's just like it proves that this world is real. The Beagle Jerusalem was launched this last week. Alright.
This is great.
Biocommunication. Communication without language, but mechanically detecting and encoding the organic responses of chemical and other products given off by living organisms. Wow. So humans can communicate with other species someday, hopefully with this. But for now, it's been limited to scientists' one-way observations. PET scans of the brains of vertebrates using these techniques have led science to a nearly full understanding of the structure of these animals' consciousness. Wow.